everybody. So while we're waiting for everyone to get all checked in, we're going to start with our pre-show, which is called A Material. And here's how it works. We say a joke, and at the punchline, everyone says, A. Let's start off with a classic. Did you know that Arkansas has their own version of Tinder?
No.
Yeah, it's called Ancestry.com. Hey!
All right, this one you kind of need to think a little bit. Teenage girl goes up to her mother and says, "Hey, Mom, I've always wondered something. Why did you and Dad name my brother Ozzy?" And she goes, "Well, Ozzy, A-Z-Z-I-P, is backwards for pizza. And your father and I really love pizza." And she goes, "Huh, I never realized that. Thanks." And the mother says, "You're welcome, Lana." Hey!
How do you know Asian kids don't believe in Santa?
How?
Because they make all the toys.
I feel like, Andrew, you were already judging yourself and shaking your head before you even hit the punchline.
You got me.
Yep. What does a robot do during a one-night stand?
What?
He nuts and bolts.
Hey!
I must be a robot.
No heart.
What's the hardest part about eating your vegetables?
What?
The wheelchair.
Guys, if you think that joke was bad, this one's gonna be way worse. A priest and a rabbi are walking down the street, and they pass by this 9-year-old little boy. The priest turns to the rabbi and says, "Hey, do you see that little boy? Do you want to fuck him?" And the rabbi says, "Out of what?" Hey!
Stop that, Andrew.
Why can't two Chinese people have a white baby?
Why?
Because two Wongs don't make a white.
Tell an Asian joke.
No, thank you. Just to cleanse the stage a little bit, why did the pony need a glass of water?
Why?
It was a little horse.
Hey!
All right, this one, I don't normally do dark jokes. But this one is a pretty dark joke, so just be prepared.
No.
Yeah. Hold on, Melanie, hold on. So this guy's driving down the road, and it's storming. It's a rainy night, just like tonight. Thank you guys for coming in out of the rain. And as he gets to this turn in the road, the guardrail has been broken through. And there's a little girl standing there crying at the edge of the guardrail. The guy jumps out of his car, and he looks down over the side of the railing and sees a smashed up car with 2 dead bodies. And the guy says, "Little girl, were you in that car?" And she says, "Uh-huh." "And those 2 dead bodies, were those your parents?" And she says, "Uh-huh." And he goes, "Ooh, this is not your night."
So tonight is my birthday show. Thank you. My actual birthday was actually yesterday, and
Stolen valor!
yeah, shut up. And my wife actually had a really nice present for me. She says, "Take off my shirt," so I take off her shirt. She says, "Take off my pants," so I take off her pants. She says, "Take off my bra and undies." I take off her bra and undies. And then she looks at me and says, "Don't ever let me catch you wearing my stuff again." Hey!
Don't go dark. Don't go dark.
I had no intention of doing so. So this kid goes up to his teacher and he looks upset and she's like, "What's wrong?" And he goes, "I got a swirly." And she goes, "Okay, well, I know kids are mean. How are you feeling?" He's like, "I feel a little flushed."
That's why I have to go dark.
That's why I have to go night.
What's yellow and can't swim?
What?
A bus full of children. It wasn't an Asian joke! Under the rug!
All right, one more, and then we start the show so everyone can say hooray.
Hooray!
There are 3 Rottweilers sitting in the vet's office. And they're all talking to each other, and the first Rottweiler says, "What are you doing here?" And the first Rottweiler says, "Well, I was in my front yard minding my own business, and then the mailman opened up the gate and starts walking towards me on our property. And I figure, I'm never going to have a better shot than this. So I jumped up and I bit the shit out of him. And for that, they're going to snip my manhood." And the other 2 Rottweilers say, "Oh, well, you know what? I would have done the same thing. You know, did the crime, got to do the time, whatever." "What about you, Rottweiler number 2? They weren't using names. And the second Rottweiler said, "I was in my backyard, minding my own business, and then a baseball flew over the fence and hit me on the head. I look up, and what do you think I see? That snot-nosed neighbor kid jumping the fence and running towards me on my property. So I figure, I'm never going to have a better shot than this. So I jumped up and I bit the shit out of him. And for that, they're going to snip my manhood." And the other 2 Rottweilers said, "Well, you know, did the crime, got to do the time. I would have done the same thing." "What about you, third Rottweiler?" And the third Rottweiler says, "I was in my house, minding my own business, cleaning myself, like you do. I look up and I see my owner preparing a bath for herself. She's completely naked and bent over the tub, and I figure, I'm never going to have a better shot than this. So I jumped up and I humped the shit out of her." And the other 2 Rottweilers say, "And for that, they're going to snip your manhood?" And he goes, No, I'm just getting my nails trimmed."